everybody, welcome to the Dead Unicorn. My name's Corey, and today we are going to give you a step-by-step instructional guide on how to be the best Sigma male by playing Legend of the Five Rings, the tabletop role-playing game. That's right! It's Cyber Samurai Sunday!
Do my best Sigma male face.
You're smoking.
Everybody!
Am I Sigma enough now?
Yeah, everybody Sigma male face.
What does that mean?
You just gotta pucker your lips a little, like...
You gotta look lost because you're the lone.
You're the lone wolf.
You've lost your pack.
You gotta look like Zoolander. What's his name? Ben Stiller.
Blue Steel.
Yeah, Blue Steel. That's what it is.
Last time I saw that was back in high school. I'm just like, man, this movie
Zoolander is such a
is
good.
obnoxious.
It was so good.
left.
Back when you didn't
What
quote
is this supposed to be a
memes.
school for ants?
Yeah. Back when you didn't quote memes, you quoted movies. And now those movie quotes have become memes.
Yeah.
We've gone full circle.
Yeah.
I'm not an
We're here today to
ambi-turner.
mourn the loss of these 5 individuals
Guys.
due to a tragic gasoline fight accident.
Guys. All right, guys. We got to get ready for our You Googly. Here we go. Okay. First,
Who died?
I'd like to You Googly all of our patrons over here.
You Googled.
What does that mean?
You have been
There you
You
go.
Googled.
I bet you didn't
Um,
think I knew what a you googly was.
I don't.
Our patrons are scrolling on the bottom of the screen for this stream. They're at the bottom. They help support our channel. They are awesome, and we love them, and they help out the channel. But we also try to give them as much like behind the information about the game on our website, on our Patreon. I'm gonna post some. I think I'm gonna post some NPCs there pretty soon, like a full stat blocks. Yeah. That's happening this week. Patreon.com/deadunicorn, and you get to vote for your favorite character, and they get a special benefit this week. And the winner is Doji Dice
I'm voting for
K.
Doji Dice K.
Yo, okay, I thought it was gonna be someone else. It's like me. Oh,
You,
thanks.
you are the Sigma male.
You have been.
Guys, my character
I've been doing my own thing, okay, guys.
By the end of this game, we will be Googling you.
Oh no,
you
my
mean you
eulogy.
Googleizing?
Googleizing.
So Sasha, for context, is just a bad way of saying eulogy.
Oh, really? That's
Yes.
You guys are like-
You're Googleizing.
That's all I have to say.
It's from a movie. It's from a movie called Zoolander, and it's really good.
People.
I think
Yeah.
of getting black lung. You've only been working for a day.
All right, we can just quote movies all day long, or we can get to the game. We're gonna introduce our cast of characters by introducing our cast of players, starting with Matt.
Well, I am Matthew, and I play the role of Doji Daisuke. I am the flamboyantly fabulous, ever-fashionably late Crane Doji Daisuke. And he is, trying to get his ducks in a row, considering what happened the last few games. And, he was hoping to meet with his cousin about the issue at hand, but it seems that, unbeknownst to him, Shiori has caught wind of his screw-up and is probably going to have a very, very, very demeaning a discussion with him about it. So hopefully I'll have fun with that.
You like the prospect of being demeaned?
No, not at all. But I'll try to play through it as best as I can.
I believe in you.
Right? Let's go with James.
Could have just left. Nerd.
I'm James. I play Ide Youngso. Oh, a very tiny guy, right? And a person who would rather be a musician than what he's actually doing, being a spy for his family. An agent provocateur in some ways. is at this point, everything he set out to do, while he's had several stumbling blocks along the way, he's managed to successfully complete, especially thanks to some friends here, which is how I'm going to transition and pass it off to Tarek.
Hello, I am Tarek, and I play Shishiro Kuranagi, and she is friend to all. Except maybe Doji Daisuke, who she ratted out last game.
Well, how
It was
could
a
you?
necessary,
Hey.
necessary situation.
Tarek, would you say that
Yeah.
she's the master of karate and friendship for
He
everyone?
is the master of karate and friendship for everyone.
And throwing people under the bus.
Gentleman.
That's part of karate. Yeah, that's the karate part of it. Throwing people under buses. Yeah, she is all fun and games until somebody loses an eye, and apparently we have forced somebody to lose an eye this game. Oh, and I have really important information for one Bayushi Naorin, who is next. Here's Sasha.
Hi, I am Sasha. I play Kuranagi's.
Closer to your mic.
Oh, oopsie. There we go. Let's see if that's any better. We just slunked? I don't know. We just slunked. We just screwed around in the governor's mansion and stole some copies of information and got some blackmail on the governor.
We did some slunking.
Some slunking. Very exciting stuff. So now all that Naorin has left to do is, well, get a confirmation from her partner that we actually got what we needed, and figure out how to torment Daisuke a little bit without actually getting him killed, and then figure out what to do with her husband and how to keep him at an arm's length.
So
Yeah,
Tarek.
over there, buddy. So I will go ahead and pass it off to Crystal.
Oh yeah.
Hello, I'm Crystal. I play Moshi Sora. She is a super tall, lanky lady who is good with fire invocations and healing. She just had a wrestling session with Doji Sakurako's Yojimbo. And
Kakita Morishita.
yes, Kakita Morishita. And he told her what he knew about the pink cranes, which honestly wasn't much. I mean, he's sweet but not bright. And I now have a good idea of what I need to do to finish my duty.
To get in that booty.
Uh-oh.
The more Yushita.
So Tarek, does Sasha's mic have a threshold meter? Do you have a threshold controls?
I don't have controls over her threshold, I don't think.
If
Let me
you
see what
do,
I can
turn
do
that
here.
turn that dial down.
The mic I started with has a switch.
Sasha, can you
It's
talk?
not a
Crystal?
dial. It's just
That's right now.
do the thing or don't do the thing.
No, I just need you to talk.
Okay, well, I'm talking. Hello.
Hi.
Whoops,
Someone give me-
sorry.
there, and we totally lost her.
Okay,
So-
say again.
Jeez,
Like
okay.
her audio just cuts out for no reason. And I was thinking
Tell us
maybe
what
it's
you ate
not
this
reaching
morning.
the threshold meter.
Sasha,
Well, that's certainly one thing. that
or
we
maybe
can
pull
talk
the
about.
mic over toward you a little.
I mean, it's really close to my face. It's right here. If I get any closer, I'm gonna be kissing it, and it's not that kind of D&D show.
Can you angle the mic like this?
Nope.
And it keeps pulling itself backwards. So there should be that arm should be able to twist. There should be like a little like this thing.
There.
Okay.
Now talk.
How's this?
Oh, there we go.
Awesome.
So the cardioid has to be pointed at you because it has a certain radius of where it can pick up and where it drops off.
It likes to fall.
It does. Mine does too. But just, yeah. Keep it pointed. Keep the the cardioid pointed at you, and you'll always be great.
Yeah, that's the problem with budget-friendly equipment.
Yeah, different equipment does different things. Like if I move over here, I'm gonna totally drop off, and then I come back, and I don't know how that sounded to you guys.
It,
Oh,
it,
well,
Sounds like you were away.
it did fade out a bit, like you were a distance, but it wasn't bad.
Okay, excellent. Well, my mic's pretty
Whereas
good.
my mic, it doesn't really seem to matter which way around it I am when I'm talking, because
No.
it just seems to pick it up fairly well anyway.
Interesting.
So you got an all-directional mic instead of one-directional.
So let's get started. Since Crystal's out of the room, we won't start with her. Let me bring up my adventure on my handy dandy pad. And we are firmly in Act 3.
I wanted to add when Crystal was saying that her character was a lanky lady, I had this playing over and over in my head that, like, who's that lady? Lanky lady. Just nonstop, like 4 or 5 times. I had to say. You have to hear it too, all of you.
There are no other words to that
was it
song.
a Motown song?
Tom Jones.
Tom Jones, okay. Who's that lady?
Lanky lady. Wonderful. Now I got all of you doing it.
What are you singing?
Better than being a stinky lady. You gotta say a lanky lady.
I said lanky.
I don't know about that.
Everyone, Tarek is gaslighting me.
I'm not.
All we're missing is the girl bossing and the gate.
Better than
And then we're-
singing, "Dude looks like a lady."
Oh, jeez.
No, that's E-Day at times.
It
Why,
makes
hello there. Oh!
because she didn't know he could do that. I didn't know he could do that.
Aerosmith is just kind of not great when it comes to, I don't know,
Yikes.
life.
Well, that particular song was actually an insult song towards Motley Crue and their lead singer at the time.
Right, because they hate hair bands?
No, because the guy was an asshole to them and kept calling Steven Tyler a lady because of how he was dressed.
Oh, well then that makes sense. That's like, you're just making fun of another person and misgendering them on purpose to piss them off. That's something you can do as an insult.
It's always acceptable to misgender a cis person as an insult. Always.
Well, that can turn right around to you if that's the case.
And it's always funny when a cisgendered person dresses up like the opposite sex. Pedro Pascal did that last night on SNL. It's
Oh, right.
really funny.
For the
There's
Hispanic
actually
mom.
a pretty popular YouTuber, goes by Finster with a 1 instead of the I. He got somebody donated $1,000 if he'd do a week
For him to
long
be a
of his
woman?
streams dressed as a girl, and then he just
Don't even talk
doing it
about
now.
That got really awkward really quickly.
Anyways, Pedro Pascal doing a Hispanic mom on SNL. Great stuff. Really good.
It was pretty funny.
Okay,
Spot on.
hey, Doji Daisuke, we're starting with you.
Oh, all right.
What are you doing in the festival? What are you up to?
Okay, so we just, I assume we finished up our talk with Ide Young-so, and he's not aware that Doji Sakurako is probably going to make a beat back at the inn, or Ryokan. So he's not going to go looking for him at this point in time, otherwise, he might put his assistant in danger. So he is just going to try to enjoy the rest of the festival. Oh! And actually, with Ide Young, so we were just having a discussion with this guy's name, Isobe. Yeah, so we were. So I assume everything is like already done and over with. We don't need to like do anything else with him, right?
No,
Nope.
y'all are done with that.
Yep, at this point, it's just enjoying
Unless-
his company,
Yeah.
really, because he invited me to join him there. So
Hmm.
If you want to continue hanging out with Kiru Isobe, y'all may. He'll drink. He'll tell stories. He'll tell you a little history about the city and all sorts of stuff. He's a font of information and storytelling because the Keru have seen some stuff.
He is
Um,
full of.
I'd like to pull out my horsehead fiddle, and if he's okay with having a little bit of unicorn style accompaniment to his stories.
You see, that would be great if this was like a private thing, but there's like a band and music and drums like right over there.
Okay.
So,
Like when someone turns
never
music
the
on the phone on
inclination.
speaker while there's music playing in the restaurant. It's a little awkward for everyone involved.
Yeah, and then there's that. Like, y'all aren't alone here. This is okay. As y'all are chatting up, Kiro Sobe, Doji Sakurako will walk up.
Uh-oh.
And she'll bow and she'll say, "Oh, Sobe-sama, Keru Sobe-sama, I hope you're enjoying the festival." And he says, "Oh yes, please join us if you would." And she says, "Actually, if I may, I'd like to talk. I'd like to offer a dance with my cousin here." And she looks over at Doji Daisuke.
Oh, do I know what she means by offering a dance? Or
Yeah,
does
she wants to dance with you over there on the dance floor at where all the
No one
music is
can
being
see
played.
you.
Oh,
Or
okay.
no one can hear you do well there.
Oh dear. Okay. So a little startled, Daisuke is like, "Oh, if you'd like to dance with me, cousin, I would most certainly oblige. Pardon me, everyone."
Excellent, cousin. Carry on. And
Loot them with sake.
Please, nobody look over in my direction. I am about to murder a crane.
One crane to another. Have at thee.
so there's drum and sahachi music and all the instruments.
Sakuhachi.
What?
Sakuhachi.
Sakuhachi music. Yeah, there's stringed instruments and drums and all the things. And there are people just coming in and dancing and leaving the floor, and you go out to dance.
Mm-hmm.
And as you dance with her,
Mm-hmm.
she'll try and strike up a conversation.
So what do I owe the pleasure for, cousin?
Oh, I was talking to your scorpion friends.
Like, so Daisuke, like, pauses. He's like, "Oh no!" Like internally, he's like, "Okay, I know exactly where this is going."
They were gossiping about you, and
Oh,
I don't know if it's true or not, because gossips, how they are.
all right. I think I'm gonna use cadence, so that way I could relay that information to her a little better without anyone else like being able to listen in,
I
if at
think
all
she
possible.
has cadence.
So,
Let me check.
oh, she has cadence too.
Let me check.
Could I at least announce the description while you're looking it up?
Yes, she also has cadence.
All right, cool. So convey a secret message that alters the meaning of what you are saying outwardly, or has nothing to do with it at all, to one character observing you who possesses the technique. So essentially, I need to use opportunities in the following ways.
I will say, this is what I'm going to do, because you're both kind of collaborating with cadence together.
Mhm.
That you just start speaking in innuendos and things that other people don't understand immediately. You don't have to make a roll.
Okay.
That way, it's not like you're talking to somebody else and giving a secret message over there. So, y'all are able to communicate first without many people overhearing over the loud music. Second, y'all are constantly in motion and moving, and she's got a fan, so it's hard to read lips. And third,
As I
y'all
have
are
a fan
talking in
too.
cadence, so no one will know exactly what you're talking about.
And of
All right,
course,
so
you two probably are so well acquainted with each other that you have like inside phrases that you can use.
mhm.
You talking
Now
doji pigeon.
So, like as the player, I'll just essentially relay what Daisuke is, telling her, and basically he tells her about his Giri, saying that his target was Otomo Ayuri to try to sabotage her, and when she loses, to offer her a job as a scribe at Kikita Academy. But unfortunately, with the recent incidents that happened, I happened to hire the wrong people that were unfortunately killed, and for that, and it seems that Otomo Ayuri suspects me and the rest of my entourage of being involved in it, and chances are very likely that if I approached her to give her the job, she would refuse it outright. So that is what I'm going to relay to her using cadence.
I see. Well, you put yourself in a little pickle, but I have some advice. First,
Anything.
never involve your scorpion friends. They will
I
use
had
this
no
information against you.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, try and help Ayuri. If she thinks that she's being followed and is being harassed by people, do something about it. Even if that person is yourself, give her the illusion that you have done something about it.
Mm.
That way, when because of course I'm going to win the poetry competition and not she, when she eventually loses the poetry competition, you can give her the job and she will trust you enough to take the job.
Mm. That sounds like a grand plan.
The only thing
How?
that can stop you at this point is a rumor that you were the one who hired those people to follow her.
Hmm.
Which means that you have to squash this rumor somehow. Because it can come back to Ayuri. She is a courtier, after all. She is a trained courtier. And the Scorpion, who are spreading this rumor, that's not gonna help you out.
Hmm. I see.
Do you know who killed your two men?
I only caught a glimpse of her. Unfortunately, I do not know her personally, though she did make herself known to, I believe, my my associate Ide Youngso. But I
Find
haven't
out from
spoken with her personally.
Youngso what
Mhm.
her motivations are. And don't find her. Don't turn her in. Whatever you do, she can finger you.
Of course.
Yes.
Let her go. But maybe she can be useful in other ways.
Hmm. You wouldn't happen to have a good example that I could perhaps.
I don't know what her motivations are. If she is just simply getting revenge for you taking away people in her employ, I would probably stay away from that.
Mm-hmm.
But if she had other reasons to kill them, maybe that can be, I don't know, a source of leverage.
Hmm.
I mean, you found the bodies. What happened with that?
From from what I saw, there was a letter with a Crane Mon addressed to me. I was able to read it quickly, but Moshisora seems to have pocketed the letter.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, that's great. Yeah, minor clan. Possibly a. She seems very honorable and will possibly do the right thing with that. And that is not good for you.
I will have to get the letter back. She does seem like an honorable individual, so if I, at the very least, ask her to provide the letter to me, then perhaps she'll give it to me, and I'll just proceed to burn it.
I hope so.
Because from what I read, it was a threat directed towards me.
Doji's around having great friendships. And if your friendship is strong enough with Moshi-san, she'll obviously give you that letter. That's how things work. What did the letter say?
I'm gonna have to recall that because unfortunately I did not write the contents of the letter.
You want me to tell you? Or does he have to actually remember?
Make an earth roll. It's gonna
Okay.
be. What's a good?
I want to say, cut to like 30 minutes later when he goes and talks to Sora, and Sora's just like holding it above his head and like knocking him on the top.
Get it? Come on!
Jump
Woo!
Come on, jump
Oh,
for it.
oh, oh!
You know what's up?
All I have to do is hold it.
So let me check. It may be
To remember.
to remember. That's not my skill list.
Just in general.
Here we go.
Maybe composition.
Designs, command, courtesy, games, performance,
Culture,
culture, government,
government.
medicine, sentiment.
The earth is the remembering part, so we
Yes.
just want to decide
Recall.
what it is
What is
he's
the
remembering
skill?
about.
Yeah, make a to remember things about a letter. I'm gonna say it's composition. So do a composition earth roll to remember the contents of a composition.
And what is the TN on it?
I'm gonna make the TN 1.
All right, and you know what? Because it's important, I'll spend a void
It
on
was
it.
a very short composition.
Yeah, I'm giving you a TN1 because it was a short composition and it was recent for your character, even though it wasn't recent for you as a player.
Mm-hmm.
But if you
All
have
right.
the advantage precise memory, I'd just give it to you.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't choose precise memory.
Do you have any
And-
advantages or disadvantages that work for remembering things?
Let's see: affective harmlessness, playfulness, uncleanliness, and failure. So,
Ooh.
nope, not really. Aside from my
No.
rival bond.
You dislike uncleanliness. That's your disadvantage.
Yep.
I'm going to activate your failure.
Oh, all right. I'm definitely spending a void then. I am definitely spending a void for that. Ooh.
Because this is important for you not to fail, because this is your Giri. You
Uh-huh.
suffer.
He has a fear of failure.
You
Okay.
suffer 3 strife, but gain a void point.
Well, all right. So that definitely balances out. So 1, 2, 3, and I got a new void. So let me go ahead and make the roll. Okay.
That's nice.
Yeah, definitely got
Alright.
it.
So,
And your
yeah, I'll take the.
opportunity will automatically be used for cadence.
Mm-hmm. All right, and no additional successes will do anything for me.
Nah.
I assume. All right.
It says the Keru always do their job,
Even if it kills them.
even if it kills them. That's the other part. Keru always do their job, even if it kills them.
So I'll go ahead and relay that message that they sent to me
Okay.
to.
So Kuroko will say, and what does that tell you about our assassin?
That they will always keep their people in line if they fall astray.
Hmm.
Not quite.
No.
No.
It says that she, even though she's an assassin, she has a sense of honor. You hired these people to follow Otomo Ayuri to shake her confidence, make her believe that people were watching her, right?
Yes.
It's a good move because she's a paranoid person. This woman made sure that Otomo Ayuri saw her followers killed. That way, Otomo Ayuri's confidence would be shaken even further. Making sure that the men you hired, even though they died, did their job because you paid them. That is something you can leverage against her. Her sense of honor, as twisted as it is, if you paid her or her allies to do a job, they will see it through. I don't want to hear about this ever again.
Most certainly, cousin.
Unless you seriously need advice on this topic again, you can come see me. But what I mean is, I don't want to hear this from random people. Meaning,
Yes.
The only people you should be telling this are people who can be trusted with it. I thank you for the dance. I have to get back to my meditation.
And thank you for the dance, cousin.
Okay, and that's that scene. By the way, I'm
Yeah.
gonna hit the scene button because it's...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm trying to think of what to do with that bit of information. So, using that as leverage against the Keru, how would I use that is the question, though.
As you're thinking about that, you head on back to the seat where Ide Youngso is and Keru Isobe. And Crystal, Moshi Sora walks herself back into the festival, I assume?
Yes.
She wants to go check out the turtle shrine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I've been
So if
considering
I
going-
can find my companions.
Yep, they're sitting around talking to Kiro Sobe.
Mhm.
Well, at least all of them except for the scorpion. You don't know where they are. They're probably up to no good somewhere.
Probably. But,
We don't
you
do
know,
no good.
they
Great.
never indicated they had any interest in going to the temple.
I mean, I had some interest, but you probably weren't there where when I indicated that interest.
No, the scorpions.
Oh, the scorpion.
Yeah.
And
she-
I don't
but I definitely
assume that
did
they
with
would.
Sora.
Hello, my friends.
Ah!
Hello, Moshi-san. It's good to see you.
It's good to see
Kanpai.
you as well. Um, well, I just had a very fun wrestling session, and
Ooh.
I was wondering if either of you were ready to head to the temple on the Turtle Island.
Certainly.
Of course, I could use someplace a little quiet. It has been quite bustling today, so that would be a nice place to go and get away from all the noise of the city.
And I should thank the spirits for the good fortune I've recently had. Bow
Oh.
to Kira Isobe. Thank you for your hospitality, and it has been a pleasure working with you.
Thank you for your company as well, Kiro Sobe-san.
He will say there's some interesting information he wants to give you here. Oh.
Ooh.
He will say, oh, if you're going to the Turtle Shrine, give Saiba Nashoki my best.
Saiba Nashoki. Very well.
We will make sure to do so. Post haste.
All right, you go over to the ferry. The ferry's like, hey, we're not taking anybody to the governor's place today.
Oh, we're actually looking to go to the shrine on the Turtle Island. Can you take us there?
Oh, yes, of course. Come on aboard.
Thank you.
All right, and everybody can move their
Tokens?
tokens out to the shrine. The
I don't
little
think we can move ours.
Turtle
Yeah, you got the
Island
game
shrine.
paused. You have the game paused, so we can't move.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
that's right.
There, how's that?
Oh no.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun.
Oh, there
We're
I
on the
am.
same musical score, huh?
dun, dun, dun.
On the boat trip, I do look at Moshi Sora and go, so how was the wrestling?
It was fun and informative as well.
It was whimsy.
I have learned some necessary lessons and hope to build upon them in the future.
Nothing like a sweaty wrestling match against a good rugged man to get the blood going. Hmm?
I believe it.
Indeed.
I didn't know you were on that side of the fen, and Doji-san.
Oh, I'm just teasing her. Besides, it doesn't hurt to play both sides.
Yeah.
True. That is true.
World would be boring if we all liked the same things.
As you come up to this Turtle Island,
Youngso's like, I can be both of those things.
there is an absolutely massive willow tree that you see growing out of the island. It's bigger than any willow tree you've ever seen. The trunk is like a redwood.
It takes 2 days to walk around one. Angry Beavers reference to those who don't get it.
Oh, wow.
Angry beavers. Am I the only one? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you are the only one.
Unfortunately, I don't remember much of the theme song to really follow along. My
My
apologies.
friends, am I seeing that tree right? I know I've imbibed of the sake maybe a little more than I should have, but is it really that big?
It is extremely large.
The ferryman says, that is Saiba Nashoki.
Ah.
Oh.
It is the spirit of the river. Where all three rivers meet, that is where Saiba Nashoki grows from.
Even more enlightened than with Isobe-san's words.
Huh. I have to say, that is quite an impressive, tree right there. And it is the spirit of 3 different rivers where they converge. Fascinating.
Be sure to pay your respects.
Oh, Oh, but of
the
course.
priest. Where is it? The judge of the competition. Ikue. The monk Ikue can give you a lot more information when you get to the island.
Thank you.
So y'all will get to the island, and the roots of the tree kind of make steps going up to the small little building that's the temple. As you disembark and make your way up, the door opens, and a small woman emerges, and she's wearing monk robes, has one of those ring staffs and little like beads that come down, beaded necklace.
Are you Ikue-san? Or Sama?
Oh, hi. I thought the ferryman was coming to pick me up for the poetry competition.
Oh,
I wasn't expecting visitors.
Apologies if we unintentionally caused any delay. We came here to take a look and pay our respects.
Oh no, I guess you're early. I guess I'll return with you when you leave the temple after you visit, because I'll have to close this down. I'm one of the judges for the poetry competition.
Oh,
We
our
greatly appreciate you
apologies.
taking the time.
And you don't have to lengthen your time to give us the tour.
Oh,
If time,
as long as we're gone, uh, as long as we're gone before sundown, we should be fine.
all right.
So,
We'll follow
if
your
you want
guidance.
to meditate underneath the willow tree, or make a prayer inside the temple to the Kodama, you are very welcome to
Oh, I
come.
love Kodama. They're
Both
literally the most
activities
adorable
sound
shit.
good. I think into the temple first for me.
Yes, in the temple first.
Okay. You go in the temple, and there is. Oh, it's not here. It's on here. Do do do. The walls of the temple. One half of the temple has artwork of the trees, the willow tree, and like the spirit of the willow tree, or lives inside the willow tree, or maybe like they're the same thing. And on the other side, there is like motifs of frogs. The frog looks like devious and trickstery. And at the end of the temple, the tree and the frog come together in sort of like an embrace, like the willow branches and the frog like come together and kind of intertwine with each other. And then there's like little prayer flags, a little like rope that comes down, a little place where you can put an offering and
Is
make
there a
prayers and put
donation
incense and burn incense.
Is there a donation box?
Where the offering is, you can make offerings there. You can light a candle, burn some incense. The incense costs money, so you can spend a zenny to get incense and burn it.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop a whole boo and get some incense and a candle that way.
Okay, excellent. The monk will tell you the story of where the three rivers meet. This willow tree grew and has been here for generations. Before the city even started, the willow tree was here, and there are carvings on the willow tree from people before the empire even started. every night you can hear the mischievous spirit of the frog singing to the willow tree. And the willow tree, in turn, protects and cherishes the frogs. And it is a love story. And they are the protectors of the city of the rich frog. And they can give you good luck, obviously, by protecting you two by gaining their favor.
So Daisuke, like when he has the opportunity, he also wants to put in a boo for incense, and he wants to light his incense in prayer for the two Keru that he hired, or the two men that he hired and unfortunately had killed. He is like remorseful about the whole thing that happened, and he wants to pray for a safe passage for them to their afterlives.
Make a theology check. TN2.
All right.
I'm going to be praying in thanks because, well,
What? Let's see. What would be a good? Ring for that? Because analyze, like, I would say this is more like a void.
Yeah, this is a void. Theology void.
All right. And knowing how my rolls tend to be, I will use that new void that I got earlier, so I still have one in the bank. Come on. Oh,
Interesting.
okay. I'll take both of these. Okay, would any more successes land me more information?
I'm not going to tell you.
All right. Okay. All right.
Okay, whatever you did, you succeeded at it. Whatever that was, you have no idea. Because you don't have any skills, ranks in theology, nor did you get any opportunity to, like, get some deeper understanding or meaning from what you're doing. So, you did something.
And it works.
It seemed like the right thing to do. And you feel satisfied that you did the right thing. Whether that has any meaning beyond, like, rote or tradition, you have no idea. But that's okay. That's kind of your character. You said you don't have any sort of spiritual bent to your character. You're a little blind on this. But you feel like you did the right thing. Maybe that's enough.
Well, I'll go by my feelings about this. If I feel uplifted for my thoughts and prayers going out to benefiting the dead, then
I'm going to give you a trifling point of honor because you feel like you did the right thing.
all
That
right.
feeling translates into a point of honor for yourself as you... yes, I'm much more honorable for doing this.
I did the right thing.
am thanking
I
the
also
spirits.
buy incense and candle and offer a prayer,
Okay,
of course.
James, did you want to do something specific?
Yes, the prayer in thanks for my good fortune, and specifically asking the spirits to bless Kira Usobe because of his kindness in helping clear the path for me into my success.
That's nice. It's a nice prayer. Yeah, okay. That's good. And Moshi Sora, what is she doing?
I want to pray to ask that they watch over, shoot, I've suddenly forgotten his name. One moment.
Who was it?
Mitsuhide?
Your wrestling partner?
No.
Kengo?
I want them to watch over Kengo and make sure that no harm comes to him because it looks like people are after him.
All right. Okay, so James, I'm not going to give you a roll for yours. I'm just going to give you a trifling point of honor. As for Kengo, I want you to make a theology roll at TN2. It's a theology void roll.
Theology void.
Mm-hmm.
Be right back.
TN2. There we go.
No opportunity, huh?
No opportunity.
Okay. So you feel a spiritual presence, but you don't know. You can't see it. You don't know where it is, what it's doing, but you do feel a spiritual presence, and they are surrounding your weapons. Wow, Sasha, it's happening again.
I know. I
Oh,
don't
yeah, the
blame
weird
you. It's not my
flickering.
fault.
Interesting.
That was weird.
They're surrounding your weapons.
It was showing flashes of all the others of us. And it started as soon as Corey said, "You sense a spirit." So the timing.
Spirit of Zoom. It was picking on Corey before I announced my turn because I'm right next to him on my screen.
The curse has been moved.
Take it back. I don't want it. One of these days it's gonna freeze on me yawning, and that's gonna be real awkward.
Just
Yeah, like that. Thank you.
Don't worry, we'll stuff it with a
Every 4
jelly-filled donut. Thanks, 4
So I
kid.
can feel a little bit better.
Oh, don't worry, she was just eating.
Okay.
I sense spirits around my
You
weapons.
sense spirits around your weapons.
Little foggies are gonna help you protect him. Watch out.
I would assume so.
All right, y'all are done praying. What's next on your agenda here?
I think we should head out to the tree. You know, who Keru Esobe asked us to say hello to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as you leave, Crystal, you are stopped by the monk, whose name I have instantly forgotten.
Ikue.
Ikue.
Ikue. Ikue, yes. And she will hand you a token. A omanari, I believe they're called.
Omamori.
Omamori, yes. An omamori. An omanori.
And what is it?
She says, just tie this to the hilt of a weapon, and the spirit of the frogs will be with you.
Thank you. I hope that it can help me protect those in need.
You all walk out to the willow tree, and it is a very large willow tree. And as you are told, there are carvings in the willow tree. There are kanji, there are little bits of artwork. Yeah.
I assume
Meditate on it for a little while.
You even see some prayers being hung from some of the branches on little strips of paper.
I will kneel and pray and basically tell the tree that Keru Asobe says hello and hopes you are doing well.
Anything else? Anybody else doing anything?
so. Daisuke would probably do like a hanging prayer, and the prayer would be a success in his current endeavor.
Okay.
And give a pat on the trunk, and also mention that Kiro Sobe says hello to Saiba Nashioki.
That is the wrong name.
Dang it,
Nashoki.
like Nashoki. Okay, sorry, I
Saiban
mistyped.
Shoki.
Huh?
Saiban Shoki.
Saibon Shoki.
Saiban Shoki.
Okay, it sounded like you said Saibon Nashoki.
I'm sorry, I put another O in there. That doesn't exist. Saiban Shoki.
All right, so correcting what
I
I
did
said,
not make that name. That is a L5R name. Some writer from AEG back in the day created that willow tree,
I thought you were trying to say Cyberman.
and it is and it has appeared here. Yes, it is a Cyberman. A green creature will jump out and grab you, and then explode on top of you, and then you will be in the fetal position in the crater.
Oh no, my fabulousness is taken from the world too soon.
James, anything else?
I also pass on the greetings from Isobe.
Okay.
But I'm more just meditating on the massiveness and power in this tree.
So everybody will get like a friendly breeze when you deliver the greeting from Kerosobe.
That is quite refreshing.
Other than that, nothing of consequence really happens. You are able to send your prayers, and hopefully they'll be answered. And the tree is quite massive, and it's got some sort of weird meaning. Like, and you can pull that meaning, you can create that meaning. If you have something in mind and would like to voice that of what you think the meaning of this tree is, I'd love to hear it.
Strength and unity, because
Maybe.
it's it is rooted to like in the middle of like where three rivers gather, right?
Maybe it's unity, and we got three disparate clans all trying to clamor
Yep.
for pieces of this town. Maybe
Three
they'd be
clans,
stronger
three
together.
Rivers.
I don't know.
Mhm.
Sounds great. I love it.
That from the tiniest of things, a seed, mighty things to inspire awe can come.
A doe, a deer, a female deer.
And Crystal, what do you got? Do you got any idea what the meaning of the tree is?
That beauty is the inspiration for many people.
A beautiful tree beautiful sentiment. Everybody get a void point for doing some spiritual work on yourself.
Sweet.
Y'all will be able to board the ferry, and Akue will board it with you as you head back to the mainland. As we're gonna make it 1700 hours here. That's 5
o'clock p.m.
All right, perfect timing.
As all of the PCs make their way back to the festival, even the Scorpion, and everybody can
Yay.
meet back up.
So let's see. I think Daisuke would probably start making his way to Ayuri to see if he can somehow help assuage her feelings of paranoia, really considering his cousin's advice.
Cool. Where is she?
I believe at the Ryokan.
How do you know that?
How do I know that? All right. So, if I remember correctly, Moshi Sora did interact or did see her over there. So maybe during small talk, Daisuke asked. So
You need to talk to Moshi Sora anyways, don't you?
yes. So
She chose not to do it in the place of
yeah,
worship.
yeah, not at the place of worship, but at the very least during the time, while we're being ferried away, I'll probably talk with her a little quietly about.
Of course, on the ferry. That's everybody can hear you on next to the monk.
You know what? All right, fine. Once we make landfall,
Okay.
I'll ask her for a dance.
Was I able to talk to Sasha on the way back?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you have an escort all the way back to the ferry, and then you have a ferry.
Okay, fair enough.
Very enough.
Yeah. Okay. I will talk to her then once we get into the place with the thing.
Yeah, the festival is loud. Lots of things are happening. People could overhear you, but
Chances
if you're
are low.
careful, you can get around that.
Yeah. Okay. Then once we are in the festival again, I will look at Bayushi Naurin and go, "You would not believe the kind of information that we were able to procure together."
Naurin blinks and glances around and eyes Sora and Daisuke and Youngso and just kind of stays silent.
Oh,
Giving a little shake of her
we all
head.
meet up. I
Yeah.
missed that
Yeah.
bit.
That's what we said.
Everybody's
We all met
at the
first.
festival. Y'all kind of disembark mostly at the same time. One boat can disembark, and then y'all come down, and then the other
Okay.
boat comes in and disembarks. You see each other. So yeah, everyone's together.
All right.
Ohio. Good evening. How are you guys
Ohio,
doing?
yeah, sure. The state of Ohio, not good morning, because that would be wrong.
You say
Ohio!
Ohio, and it's like I'm the one who's been drinking.
Chicago?
Hunbawa.
No, that's
I hope all
Illinois.
of you are
Sorry.
doing well.
So
Try
how are
not-
your endeavors over at the governor's mansion?
Oh, there are so many beautiful things to be seen and so much information to be gleaned.
Quite right.
Yeah, we saw your cousin. Very informative.
She was in good health,
Oh.
if in dour spirits.
Well, when writing for a competition, one does need to meditate and think about their next move. So that is quite understandable.
Perhaps.
Naurin's going to look at everybody, look at Kuranagi, and I'm going to use our bond to relay back me up as she stares down Daisuke and says, I believe we have a conversation in need of happening.
Indeed.
There's
So at
some
this point-
information that the Carrier Daimyo should probably hear, and I will let it either be from you or from me, and that depends on how much you tell me. Because I believe you have been keeping some secrets that may have gotten all of us
Some interesting
in
secrets.
trouble.
Mm.
If I'm wrong, please correct me.
Well, you won't be in trouble in particular. It was just my involvement. Anything further at the moment, I cannot divulge.
My husband, as and among others, I'm sure have noticed our association. So whatever trouble it is that you have stepped in will almost surely blow back on the rest of us.
Invariably.
Hmm.
You had your chance to speak up before. Last chance.
All right. If you need me to divulge the information, it won't be in public. Not here. In private, if we could.
Fine, lead the way.
All right. So
I think we can all share some information.
All right. So, I'm trying to consider my next move while looking for a private spot to discuss this with the rest of the party. I know we're all in it for the long haul, but I'm also thinking that Daisuke is really considering his cousin's advice not to divulge this information. But if he's going to be,
She didn't say not to divulge the information. She said not to divulge it to anyone you don't trust. And then she told you not to trust the scorpion. She told
Yeah.
But of course,
that's
we
not-
don't
of
trust the
course.
scorpion is just kind of general common.
Yeah.
Well,
She's
considering
just
they're in
assuming
your-
scorpions
they're kind of
are
in
not
your
trustworthy.
entourage. It
Uh-huh,
depends whether you
yeah.
want to be on their bad side or not.
It is
All
a
right.
good question, whether you want to be working together or not.
All right.
Be-
So
Now we made a promise to a Yuri, and you are fucking with that promise. And
he's not aware of that promise whatsoever.
yeah,
But
I know,
you're
but
probably
she is.
uh-huh. All right, so I assume at this point in time we find a private spot to talk amongst ourselves, make sure that we're not heard by any general crowd or anything of the sort. Just
that's hard when you are like 5 people
uh-huh.
walking around.
5 people in a festival.
Yeah, in a festival. There's no space for a group of 5 people. You're going to have to leave the festival for that.
Who wants to all
so
crowd into one porta potty?
would I still be able to use cadence, considering that Naurin was a Kakita? She might be able to pick up a few things here and there.
Only if we have the Shuji, I
We don't
believe.
have
You
cadence.
you can use cadence to send messages to any of your friends.
Yeah.
They just can't reply back in cadence. Basically, you're giving them innuendo to what you are saying without actually saying it in something that you and them would know personally.
Which is fine.
It's kind of like when like Hawkeye and Black Widow look at each other and say, oh, Modesta. And they're like, oh, Modesta. And then they do the thing that they were going to do.
All right.
It's kind of like that.
So social skill.
Antelope.
So,
I can choose.
I will let you use a social skill to try and find a place private to talk, and then you can use an opportunity on that to send them a message in cadence.
All right. So, I'm good at performance and courtesy. So maybe a little bit of performance, make it look like on the outside that we're all just enjoying our time together
Okay.
instead of being very terse and tense with one another.
All right.
And I will definitely use air because that's where the skill of cadence lies.
Or you get your
I
bread
mean-
and butter.
It's trickery.
Uh-huh. All right, and I'll definitely spend void on that because I am rolling in void this game session. And do you have a set TN for this one?
TN1.
TN1?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ooh. Let's see. Definitely taking
There you go. The
that.
world is your oyster.
Taking that. Taking this. Ooh, why not? All right, so I have 3 opportunity.
And 3 success and strife.
So let's see. I could probably use that 1 extra opportunity to negate the strife that I got from this roll.
Yep.
All right. What are you saying? Hourly. So yeah, I'll for cadence, all I need is like a 2 opportunity. It doesn't have opportunity plus.
Yep, there you go.
All right. Excellent. So no strife earned from this one. So, at this point in time, Daisuke will, during his performance, divulge what everyone needs to know about his Gyuri, which is essentially sabotaging Otomo Ayuri, distract her, and make sure she loses, so that way he can come up and give her a job as a scribe at Kikita Academy. And and of course, he understands that he chose very poorly whom he hired to distract her, and he had no intention in harming her, it outwardly in any way. But he didn't suspect anything to go this poorly by having the 2 men that he hired get killed from their previous employer, and also hoping to smooth things over with Otomo Ayuri, trying to regain her confidence back a little bit so she wouldn't be so shaken up. And he is trying to figure out how to do damage control. And all he wants to do is just give her the job without her, suspecting, so much going on in the background.
Hmm.
You need to stay away from that girl.
Now, Rin, I am not attempting to harm her in any way. All I needed to do, or all I had to do, was to simply give her a job.
Well,
But
she
you're-
doesn't think that. She's scared out of her wits because of what you've done.
What your intentions might have been and what your actions may have caused, the consequences therein, are 2 completely different things.
That's a fair point, and I am not proud of what happened.
Perhaps, Naurin, you already said that you would do your best to protect her. You could be the
now
one to
Daisuke
tell
Lemon's
her
wife.
that those who were following her have been taken care of.
She's already aware of that. It doesn't help.
So what was it that you said previously while Crystal was talking? I didn't hear that.
I said now you're aware of why Naurin was so upset with you.
Oh yeah,
Because of what
of course he wanted to deny it, but at this point in time he can't.
Yes,
She said-
obviously she knows that those 2 men are dead now. We're certain she saw that. But if she were to believe that it had something to do with your protection, perhaps she would be a little less shaken.
Moshi Sora, do you remember what happened to the last Dokukaru I interacted with?
You mean the one whose head you removed?
Correct. And do you remember the agreement that we made by proxy with Young So to not interfere with them again? How do you think it would look if I went on claiming that I killed 2 Dokugaru? Again. After what happened. Considering the debacle with the mayor and, what's his face? The Kitsu that
Satoru.
Kitsu Satoru.
I'm not sure what you're getting at.
What I'm getting at is we were told not to meddle, especially me. So no, I will not be meddling with the Dokugaru. But I will refrain from saying anything as long as you, and she looks at Daisuke, go to Keru Isobe and tell him what you saw. Tell him that there are two people that need to be seen to, and that you do not wish to ruin the festival, but that something needs to be done about it. And if they could potentially handle it quietly so as to not disrupt the festivities. I didn't see anything, but the rest of you should make sure to tell someone in an official capacity.
So, we can drop by and give him another visit and report what had been done in the alleyways without implicating any one of us for this mess. And, well, I still have to think of a way to smooth things over with Ayuri. Well, if any of you have any ideas of what I can do in the meantime, I will definitely report those two dead men in the alleyway to Kiro Sobe. In the meantime, I hope we can collaborate with one another and find some solutions. Because I do not want her to think that her life is still on the line for such a messy endeavor as that was.
You could offer your services as bodyguard.
Have you seen me? I'm rotund. I speak better
Yes,
than...
plenty of parts to take the blow for her.
Well, if she finds amusement in that, me offering her my services as a bodyguard, perhaps there would be some foundation behind it. Certainly. But...
Perhaps an apology would go best.
yes.
I'm not asking you to be honest. We all know how horrible Crane are at that. But
As you're any better.
he suspects that you have something to do with it, so perhaps do what you are good at, make up something, and apologize for it. Something so that she will forgive you for, and understand that you are being sincere, without telling her just how royally you screwed this up.
All right, that is quite fair. Oh, and, Sora, about that note that you pocketed, was it okay if I could have it?
Of course, it is addressed to you.
Yes, thank you.
What note?
Oh,
Something that was left, like at the scene of the murder.
Addressed to you?
Yes. Had
And
a
what it
cryptic one on it. If you want to read the message, or want to know the message, the Keru always do their job, even if it kills them. But I do not wish to implicate my clan for this, so I will burn it as soon as I can. And, as we discussed, we will make sure not to further involve ourselves with the Dokugaru. But once we disperse, I will go ahead and make my way to contact Kiro Sobe about the bodies and proceed.
That note very well may keep you from being implicit. Just remove the seal. Burn it.
Yes.
Break it off. Keep the note.
All right. So, sounds like a better plan in the in the meantime. So Daisuke will at least try to get rid of the mon. Like I'm assuming that it's an imprint. Like
it's a wax seal. It's
No.
something you can just pull off.
No, it's a stamp.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
Well,
like the
it's
seal
depending
on the
where it's-
outside of it.
You know, could I use aesthetics or
That would be the skill to use to remove it in a way that doesn't destroy the rest of the letter or make it seem like it's off, that it doesn't have that there.
that hasn't been tampered with.
Yeah.
Or maybe if you want to change what the seal is.
I have no reason to implicate another clan for this. Or
Trained a
no
frog.
desire. Huh?
Trained a frog.
So yeah, make an aesthetics check, TN2.
TN2, all right, and air for trick.
Yes, 100%.
All right. Okay.
But you're good at air. You're an airy guy.
Yes. Very
But-
tricky kind of individual.
Not on this roll, though.
Automatic success!
Automatic success!
Finally got to use it.
Good thing you had that.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and take these at least and just finish off the roll. I was thinking, should I use my void point? Let's try it without it. All right.
You grab the thing and you go shk, 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 real fast and just leave the calligraphy there in the center, and it looks like it was just been a torn piece of paper that someone, tore off, wrote a note on, and left on the bodies instead of like a nice little folded scroll with a seal on the end, the outside, and like a stamp on the outside that was been prepared for you. It just looks like someone scrawled a note on a ripped piece of paper that they got real quick.
And now you can deliver it as evidence that you found, instead of, burning it.
All right. Well, if anyone else has anything else to say about the matter, please definitely speak now before I go ahead and make my way to Asobe-san.
Well, actually, Doji-san, this now looks like something that you could show to Ayuri and prove that it was the Keru who were up to no good. Just like they were up to no good with Kengo.
They started making trouble in this neighborhood.
That one little spot. My mama got scared.
Were you
Gotta
just
take you to. Well, what?
be a second?
What, Sasha? You're cutting out. I don't know what you're saying.
Tarek started quoting like Fresh Prince.
I
and it
started-
took-
I started quoting Fresh Prince. That's where it came from.
They
I
started
think
making
it's
trouble in the
Auntie and Uncle in
neighborhood.
Bel Air.
It took me a few moments to piece it together, so I only latched onto Tarek's bit. Sorry.
Got it. Well, he's in the room with you, so.
All right. So, plan of action would be either report directly to Kero Sobe and give him the note, or keep the note to myself, and afterwards, and go to Ayuri, or go to Ayuri first, make the apology, and then report to Kero Sobe.
Which one are you doing?
Whew.
And Naurin grabs Kuranagi by the shoulder and is like, "Come with me."
Well,
Okay.
I think the better thing at the moment would be to report it to Kero Sobe, at least so the bodies would be taken care of, and then I'll go to Ayuri. If I'm able to keep the note, then hopefully I will be able to see Ayuri afterwards and provide her the evidence. Otherwise, it would have to be Kero Sobe's word against my own, whether
Alright.
or not he has the note.
You go off to go see Karo Sobe. The two Scorpion are like, we've got to
They
plot and plan.
scuttle off.
Yes. Time to go make another PC's Life a Living Hell, probably in secret.
Next on the chopping block.
Which leaves Ide Youngso and Sora together, and we'll start with them. Are you guys going to have a conversation, or are you going to just say, "Oh, we're going to go enjoy the festival"? Either one is fine. If you got something to say.
Let's
How you different?
see. Well, I don't have a lot going on. I don't suppose you're good at sneaking.
In fact, you know the answer to that question when you fought the Dokugero before, and he instantly vanished the first thing that happened.
You see, I'm supposed to find out what is special about the pink cranes and where they get their power from. And I think I have a good lead. But I'm not very good at being sneaky. Quietly getting into some place where I shouldn't be. And okay. Basically, what I found out is Doji Sakurako may possibly be getting information and power from her uncle, who is he is an ambassador to the emperor. Now, I don't have any direct information, except I know that he sends her letters. So it's possible she might have correspondence between him and herself in her room. Now, obviously, during the competition, she won't be there. But I really don't want to miss the competition.
Neither do I.
So you see the dilemma. Would you be willing to help me? Now, it does seem that she's gone off to meditate somewhere, so she's probably not in her room. So, if you refuse to help me, it's not the end of the world.
I might be able to do it before the competition.
Well, shall we head back to the Ryokan then?
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Okay.
As I'm sure a lady such as herself will have servants as well, and, well, you might be able to distract them for me.
I will do my best.
All right, as you guys are leaving the festival for the Ryokan, you notice some really tough guys, mostly shirtless, carrying large pots into the festival grounds and heading off to the dock where a ferry barge is waiting for them.
Interesting. Do we have any idea what they might be doing?
You can make a labor check to figure out what it is. It's a
Sure thing.
TN2. Unless you have some sort of
Pickled dead bodies.
advantage or disadvantage.
Labor.
I have no ranks in labor.
I guess fire, basically to guess what they're doing, because theorize is one of the things fire is for.
Sure. Yeah. In fact, fire is very appropriate here. So yeah, fire. Make a fire check. Make a
TN?
labor TN2.
2.
Could Naren or Kuranagi make this roll too? Because we just walked off, like, out of earshot
Yeah,
of these
yeah.
guys.
Anybody in the festival grounds can see these guys with the pots walking through, and y'all can make a labor check. Fire labor TN2.
Well, that is a failure. And I'm just gonna use that opportunity to remove the strife I got.
Okay. Kuranagi's like, they're making soup.
Delicious too.
Because I'm not sure how this works. If I have no ranks in labor, how many dice do I get to keep? Is it
The same as your ring, so all
Yeah.
of the dice. All dice.
It's just your ring determines how many you get to keep.
Okay, gotcha.
Your skill dice are added into how many you roll to begin with.
And you have to keep one die, but the die you keep doesn't have to have anything on it.
Okay.
I failed as well, but I got 2 opportunities, so let me see here. Ah,
Failed
I'll
back.
provide us. I'll use my 2 opportunity to provide assistance to Kuranagi if Kuranagi's going to make the roll.
I already made the roll. You can't provide the
Okay,
assistance
then
when.
has Nauer enrolled yet?
But no. You can only provide assistance within like 2 range bands, and you are leaving the festival, and they are way in the festival when this happens. Y'all are
Okay.
pretty far apart. But I'll tell you something else. I'll give you some interesting information that has nothing to do with anything. How's that sound?
Well, that was the notice something missing or out of place, not related to the task, so that could work.
And I think I'll do that too, as long as it's one opportunity. I need to check.
Is it 1 opportunity or 2 to do that?
Mine's a 2.
Yours is a 2? Okay, then I'll find something else.
So, what you notice is everybody starting to, as the sun is going down, a line forms at a particular kiosk where people are grabbing paper lanterns that are going to float on the river. And then you remember, oh yeah, in an hour or two, 1700 hours is 5 o'clock. So in like 2 hours, they're going to have a lighting of lanterns, and they're going to float them down the river from those bridges.
It's a lantern festival. I want to get a lantern.
From
Fine.
these bridges here.
Let me get a lantern.
I will save my or I'll use my opportunity to do the trade skill use thingy. Add a kept dice set to a opportunity result.
All right.
Oh, come on.
So nobody has any idea what the pots are for, but off they go.
Full of beans. They're definitely full of beans.
They're bean pots.
They're bean pots. That's what I think. That's a lot of beans.
Heck, it could be enough ink for them to use massive brushes to be painting on wall scrolls their poetry, so that all can see it.
Or
But-
it's like they're full of giant pies, and whoever loses, you smash their head into the pies.
One thing you do notice, that the scorpion will notice because they're further into the festival, is that because you're keeping an eye on them, when the barge goes out into the river, they will land on the governor's island.
I thought they said that we were like the last people who were able to go or something to the governor's island because everyone was leaving for the day.
You don't know. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Now everyone just looks to Kuranagi and she says, "Wasn't everyone supposed to have left?"
The Governor's Island?
Mm-hmm.
I think our
Or at least our
guard
entourage
was supposed to leave, but I don't know about everybody else. I know she said that she wanted to get here and didn't want to miss out.
So you had something you wanted to tell me?
Oh, yes.
Be careful about what you say here.
Whatever do you mean?
Gestures to festival.
Oh, well, of course. I would never do anything to endanger our information. She looks around and then slowly gestures a hand out toward Naren.
Are you going to give her the like piece of paper that she needs to read? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Where do people go to use the toilets here? Where is the nearest place that one can go to clean up?
You know, there's a thing about that kind of thing in role-playing games is that we usually don't discuss that kind of thing in role-playing games.
Well, I will go to wherever that place is where I can be alone for like 5 minutes without raising any like attention and then read the piece of paper.
Right. Okay, so you get the information that the governor is with the dragon hiding a blood speaker that they have captured.
Cool.
That's big info.
Yep. And Naurin is going to very carefully like fold or like roll up that piece of paper again and stow it.
You're like, I'm done with the bathroom. You wipe your butt, and you're like, no, my note.
Wasn't actually using the bathroom, you nugget.
Nugget.
Pretending, right? Like fix makeup and then come out.
Right.
Gotta look fabulous.
Okay, you have your information. You have completed your Geary, and you gain 10 points of glory.
Awesome.
I go and get some lanterns.
Oh my god.
You're in line for the lanterns, and you go get them.
Yeah.
Naren, do you
What
stand in
color of
line?
lanterns?
They're just like bag lanterns. They're all like the same color. Just
Yeah, but are they like green or red?
well, they're just white paper, and the candle inside them will glow orange.
Okay, so
Can I pay them to dye
you're getting
mine
white
powder
lanterns.
Can you pay them to dye yours? No. They
blue?
give you
Dye
a
mine
thing.
powder blue.
No, they give you a lantern, and they say if you want to modify your lantern, you got to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Next.
Naurin real
Hey kiddo, you want a lantern? I want a lantern. Here you go.
Not a good enough lantern.
So what were you saying, Corey? I think
And the kid will look up at you and say, I want a blue lantern too. How do you dye your lantern blue?
all the kids. Oh my god.
Shut up, kid. This is my lantern. No, I want to work for this lantern.
The kid will be like, yeah, how do you dye your lantern blue? I want to do that.
Oh, well, you see, all I do is I go and I get a little bit of ink from a friend of mine.
Let's
and
go
then
see your
I-
friend. Hey, everybody,
Okay.
this guy's going to turn our lanterns blue. And you get a whole bunch of kids.
This lady's gonna turn our lanterns blue.
A whole bunch of
Okay,
kids
I
run
walk
up.
to Doji Daisuke.
He's wearing the blue robes.
Exactly. Hey, Doji Daisuke-san.
Doji
He's
Daisuke is talking to Asobe, Kara Asobe right now. So
God.
if you need to see him,
We should all know that.
if you want to see him, you're going to be interrupting something. And I should do that scene real quick.
Yeah.
So let's go do that scene real quick, and then we'll figure out what you're going to do with your army of children.
Oh, that's an
Army
actual
of
thing that's happening. I
children.
thought you guys were just goofing around.
This is going to be priceless.
That's what it sounded like.
To create blue lanterns, I need the blood of the lion. Kill the lion samurai you see. Here are weapons.
Now we're like exits the
Oh, now
bathroom.
that's something I can get behind as a crane.
I need you to take this poison and go and end all of the lion in the city. Quickly now.
The only way for blue lanterns.
I don't know. This sounds more like a Red Lantern thing.
Naurin like exits the bathroom and sees Kuranagi followed by a gaggle of children out in the festival, and she just looks confused. Like, am I supposed? You know what? And then just walks off.
Genuine panic.
Like, fuck this. I'm not paid enough.
Cue
I'm
the
gonna-
Benny Hill music.
Doji Daisuke, you, sir, are talking to Karo Asobe.
All right, so let me quickly get myself back in character.
I always want
so
to add
sad.
more syllables than what's there for Keru. I'm like, Kieru. And I'm like, that's not
Sorry,
right.
Kieru, sorry, my bad.
It's Kaeru. Kaeru. And I want to pronounce all of the syllables in a weird way.
Okay, so like when I hear you say Kieru, like I honestly thought it was Kei. That's how my mind interpreted what you were saying, not Ka. So, like, otherwise it would be pronounced Karu. Then,
Is it It's no, it's Ke. It's Kea.
oh, Keru.
Yeah, it is
Okay.
Keru. It's Kearu.
Mhm.
That's how you spell it.
All right, my bad.
I'm just not good at this.
I think it's Kaeru.
It helps to be multilingual, where you could pick apart people's dialects and
Is
roll
it? Is it
Rs.
Ka? Hold on.
Kairu.
Frog in Japanese. Yeah, it's Ka. Yeah, it is Ka. Kaeru. I was right the first time. Karu. Kaeru.
Kairu.
Keru? Kairu?
It's pronounced Keru, because that's what they say in all of the animes when you hear the frogs ribbit.
Okay.
It's always
They see Gero.
Geru. Geru.
Okay. Makes a lot more sense.
It's pronounced Keru.
So I assume, that Daisuke, like, interrupts Asobe-san from like whatever else he was enjoying.
Yeah, sure.
and-
He's coming back from dancing with a girl, and you walk on up, and he says, Doje Daisuke-san. What can I do for you?
Come to interrupt my fun again.
Yes, this is, and he'll introduces the woman he's with, and
it's a pleasure to meet you, madam. Sobe-sama, I do apologize. There is a relatively important matter that I need to report.
an important matter.
I apologize. It's you should be enjoying the festival, but this is rather important, to say the least.
This better be important, Doje-san.
Yes, I will. And well,
I'm a Mia now, and I can do something with that. I'm sure.
well,
If you're wasting my time, the imperial families will know. And they care a lot about what I have to say. I'll tell you what.
all right. I am assuming you're
Youngso
doing
may
a
have
bit.
gone a little hard on his lubricating tongue technique with him.
No, technically he's correct. He is imperial family now. He is a vassal family to the Mia, which makes him Mia. So
So, I've come to, so like I take my fan and make sure that only he can hear me and no one else can like really read my lips. I've come to report that there's unfortunately the bodies of two men in an alleyway, like a little bit away from the fairgrounds. I've come across them and their backs were slashed, and I also found a note on them, and I show him the note.
all right, he'll take your note if you give it to him. I don't know why you're showing him the note. You could have just said there are two guys slashed back there.
All
But
right.
you've
So
done
let
it.
Darn it. I was like, all right, rewind.
He takes your note and says, all right, I'll get somebody on that. Thank you, Doji-san.
All right, and I'm sorry for
Of
dowering
course,
the
of course.
festival.
Enjoy the festival.
Yes. So, Daisuke will go ahead and make his way away from Sobe-san after imparting
The
greetings.
bad
with-
news.
the
Yep.
bad news, and
Makes
his way.
He apologizes to the woman he's with, and they exchange some words, and then he'll point to one of his men. It'll come up to him, and then they'll both leave the festival.
All right.
So now
Well,
he's gone.
I'll perhaps go to the Ryokan then. So Daisuke will depart towards the Ryokan unless the entourage arrives.
No, Well, I mean, the scorpion does Kuronagi go find Daisuke?
For the blue blood.
Yeah, she was gonna try to convince the kids that the person they're gonna go find has blue ink all over his clothes and that they need to search him.
Point.
Yeah.
See that guy over there?
He's got a bunch
You
of
need
ink
to take
all
his
over
clothes off of him and put them in water, and then the blue will come out and you can dye your lantern.
Oh, Daisuke is gonna hate you.
Strip him naked.
Okay. The kids look at you expectantly and say, "Okay, go get his clothes."
Oh, what? Oh, hold on. Kuronagi, what is this all about?
Scorpion-san says he's going to take your clothing and make blue lanterns from it for us.
B.
She.
What? I have something quite important to do.
Needed to make the lanterns glow. Think of the children, Doji-san.
They all
He
say
looks
in
at you
unison.
like he's like,
they all say in unison.
happy.
Think of the children, Doji-san.
Think of these happy-go-lucky children who have been denied the glowing, bright blue look.
One of the kids walks up and like puts his hand on his forehead and faints onto the ground and says, "I can't do it without a blue lantern."
Is this the world
The
you
other
wanted
kids
to
laugh
live
at
in,
him.
Doji-san?
So Daisuke is a little bemused by the theatrics of the child, but is kind of like surprised by Kuranagi's antics. Like he cocks up one of his eyebrows, is like, "You have a playful side, girl." And he's like halfway between annoyed but also amused at the situation. But at the moment he's like, "Oh,
Do you have anything blue?
Think about the good you can do by
like-
donating that shirt.
I'd rather not impart with my shirt. Let me quickly check.
Give me your
check to see what I have on myself before anyone gets a little handsy. Oh, would you look at that? I have a calligraphy set.
Yes. A blue
Oh, perfect. Then you have
calligraphy
ink.
paint. Yeah.
All right, I can donate. My blue ink for my calligraphy set. And Kuronagi, we shall speak about reimbursement about that at a later date. But of course, I have to think of the children.
There's gonna be a bunch of kids coming home to their parents later covered in blue all over their faces,
Yeah.
hands. They'll be like, "Mommy, look what I did."
It was like so Daisuke imparts with his inkwell with blue ink or whatever like constitutes that as part of his calligraphy set. So he won't be writing any letters until he gets himself another inkwell for a moment, or for the moment.
They
But
dip their fingers in the ink and start painting their lanterns.
Perfect.
One kid just
Now-
keeps writing "Fatso" on his all over and
God.
over. Thank you, Fatso. Thank you, Fatso. Thank you, Fatso.
Like so when when
Aw.
Daisuke sees that, he's like,
That's
charming.
so sweet.
Batman,
So-
oh, make lantern blue.
So go ahead and have fun, children. I have an important meeting that I need to get to.
I run around the children like, yay, we got the ink!
Yay!
Thank you, Fatso.
The kids all hug Shosuro Kuronagi, and she has blue ink, all handprints all over the bottom of her kimono now.
I will wear them as a badge of honor.
Oh, that was
blue
great.
hands.
Kuronagi has gained blessing of the child.
Both of you gain a point of honor. Why not? And a point of glory. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, the
Like,
kids
how many
adore
points of
you.
glory? How many points of glory?
One.
One.
All right, all right. Just wanted to
One
make sure.
glory, one honor.
And also for reporting, the two dead men, how much or like what goes. For
Oh yeah,
that.
give yourself 3 points of honor for finally getting that and reporting.
Yeah. My bad.
And in
I would
fact,
say Naurin gets
and in
them
fa-
too because she had to spur him on.
yes,
to do
I
that.
will give Narin. I was about to say Narin gets 3 points of honor too for being the catalyst of that.
A little bit for you, and a little bit for you, and a little bit for you.
Okay.
I run away with the kids and get ready to start floating my lantern down the river.
You got 2 hours before the lanterns stuff happens, so you
Oh
have
yeah, but I
plenty
still
of
have fun
time.
with the kids the whole time.
Plenty of time to decorate your lanterns.
Yeah.
You and Narin
I
can.
show up over to like where Naurin is with my lantern all decorated, and I'm like, oh, it looks like you didn't have one, did you?
Now, slowly eating something sweet, like eyes following the line of children.
And like all the handprints on Kuranagi.
You're not having some. I'm assuming by the size of those handprints, you are not having some sort of confusing torrid affair with a pad of blue ink.
Of course not.
Wonderful.
I helped the children make their
Lanterns.
You should see my husband.
day. Oh, is he here?
He is here
He missed
actually. He's
I'm sure the
in
children would
festival.
love to meet him.
Yeah, since he's so interested of children, you should take your little group right over to him.
Will you come with me,
No,
please?
I really would like to not.
I really would like you to come.
If those little rugrats touch my kimono, there will be hell to pay.
Okay, nobody touch your kimono and everybody follow me. Come on. We're gonna go meet Uncle San.
And Naren's gonna threaten him mildly.
I think this is the perfect time for you to use that.
And when Kuranagi turns around, Naren sees like a handprint on each side of Kuranagi's cheeks. It's like, oh, they got a little frisky. Ooh.
All right, guys,
What's with
that
you?
is the end of today's game.
Okay.
It was quite an adventure.
Yeah, it was.
Next game, I guess we'll start with Moshi Sora and
Yungso.
Ide Youngso doing a little skullduggery, and I guess Doji Daisuke will be there shortly too.
To smooth things over with
Yes.
Ayuri.
By the way, if you haven't noticed, lots of L5R games give out honor quite a bit. And I use Giri mostly to try and like keep people from getting the max honor all the time, because I see it happen a lot in games, especially pre-made games. So if you're like, why is the best way to do this the most dishonorable way and the only way I can think of, it's because I did that on purpose. It's not to say that there aren't honorable ways to do these types of things. It's just the honorable way you're going to have to try and invent yourself and make it happen. You know?
Yeah, but with this particular crew, I think there's at least 3 of us that probably will never get maxed out honor, even if you gave it out like candy.
See,
True.
I could
But I like the fact that
definitely
this is
go
what they're
talk to
thinking about.
Sakurako herself, but she has clearly shown that she dislikes me.
You are a minor clan. That is actually one of the obstacles to your Giri that's built into the Giri.
Uh-huh.
I thought about these things. Everybody gets the 2 points of XP. I think I was pretty good at giving out honor and glory rewards as things happened.
Yep.
Otherwise,
Said how much XP?
2.
2.
2? Okay.
So just to make sure that everyone has the same amount of XP, since I finally caught up last game, everyone has 26 XP, right?
I have 27.
27.
27.
How am I missing one?
I don't
You
know.
were
You
down two-
probably
The one when
forgot
you
to
got the
put it
question
up.
right?
Oh, maybe.
No, well, no, like that was supposed to make up for my missing like
Yeah,
XP.
so you didn't record it. So
Didn't
that's
we
your
get 2
missing
XP
point.
that time?
I recorded it last game.
I don't
think
know.
I think you missed the you didn't you miss a game for that missing XP?
You came
No,
in
I
late
came in
No.
for
late,
missing
and I
XP.
was
Yeah, he was late that
penalized
one.
1 XP loss, but it was supposed to be 1, but I gained it back recently.
You should have
I'm
you
not
should have the
sure.
same XP as everybody else. So just
All right,
Put it
Change
at
up.
27.
all right, appreciate it. Man, I've been holding myself back without realizing. Good thing I asked.
Hey, does anybody want to answer a true or false question for no benefit other than you know the rules?
Put it to the group.
So it's a true or false question. When doing any attack action, if you can spend 2 opportunity to make a critical strike.
True.
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 I mean, basically, yeah.
Okay, that is false. You may only do a critical strike when making the strike action, not any attack action. So if you are
Oh.
doing a technique like a kata, and it doesn't specifically say that it is a strike action, you cannot make a critical strike. You cannot spend 2 opportunity to make a critical strike using that kata.
Well played.
I did not realize there were
Other stipulations.
attacks that were not considered a strike action because
I can
Everything
easily
I've
see,
seen
like,
so
martial
far
arts,
is.
unarmed. You'd be able to do like a grapple with that and not get a critical strike.
Well played. I did not parse the wording correctly.
How dare you, Corey?
I know, I'm a tricky trickster. All right, guys.
You
Hey, if you watched this stream all the way through, you obviously liked it. Hit that like button. Thank you for watching. We got patrons scrolling down there. They're lovely. Join them if you can. And we will see you next week. From James, Sasha, Crystal, Matt, and Tarek, I'm Corey. Go roll some dice.
And make sure to avoid getting